headlines. We keep you connected with news you can trust.
Please listen at 7 p.m. every weekdays for Freedom Evening News Basket.
From the News and Current Affairs Department, Freedom Communications Incorporated, a pleasant good evening. Welcome to Freedom News Basket, a 45 minutes of news presentation that brings developments from Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our world. I'm Esther Daku, anchoring tonight's presentation. First, the headlines. Government of Liberia received funds from the African Development Bank Group, the European Union, and European Investment Bank towards the cost of phase one of the fish town of Harper Road project. Authorities of the Environmental Protection Agency, Ministry of Mines and Energy, and the Ministry of Health assured the Senate Committee on Mines and Energy to provide preliminary reports on the committee on Monday, May 30, over spillage of chemical allegedly used by Blue Mountain Mining Company. Montserrado County District Representative Akaris Gray requested members of the House of Representatives to use their oversight responsibility for the provision of the old educational law of Liberia. And away from home, the Gambian government says it is ready to prosecute former President Yahya Jammeh for what it called the myriad of crimes he committed during his rule. Well, at this juncture, we'll cross over to our news center where Thomas Rulak is seated to bring us the news bulletin. Good evening, Thomas.
A pleasant good evening, Esther, and good evening, everyone. The government of Liberia has received funds from the African Development Bank Group, the European Union, the European Investment Bank towards the cost of the Fishtown to Harper Road Phase 1 project. The project seeks for the pavement of Harper to Kalukent, upgrading of the Mana Rivers Union Road development, the transportation facilitate program Phase 1, considering the pavement of the Kalukent to Fishtown, and the upgrading of the Mana River Union Road development and transport facilitation program. The phase 1 includes the pavement of the San Coding to Local Toll Road, the Fishtown and Kalopo Road with a view to improve travel speed, reliable and quality of public service transport at the southeastern region of the country and promote cross-border trade, promote the regional integration and to ascertain better development result for the country concerned and intend to apply part of the proceeds for the pavement under the contract for the provision of the RAP and the ENS order consultancy services respectively. According to a release from the Ministry of Public Works, the RAP audit and the ENS audit are expected to be carried out on separately along with various road corridors. The RAP audit is expected to be carried out on the completed Fishtown to Harper Road corridor, whereas the annual ENS audit is expected to be carried out on the Mana River Union Road development and the transport facilitation program. Authorities of the Environmental Protection Agency, the Ministry of Mines, Energy, and the Ministry of Health have assured the Senate Committee on Mines and Energy to provide preliminary report on the committee on Monday, May 30th, over the spillage of chemical allegedly used by Blue Mountain Mining Company. The three authorities, according to our legislative reporter, made the assurance Wednesday when they appeared before the Senate Committee on Mines and Energy to answer questions to the recent situation in Grand Kitmon County regarding the chemical spillage in the Marfat River. Addressing the committee, the Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Professor Wilson Tappet, stated that a team of experts have been sent to the site to assess the situation and that a preliminary report from the separate government entities involved will be submitted on Monday, May 30th. You can recall during the weekend there was a report of spillage of chemicals in the Marfat River allegedly used by the Blue Mountain Mining Company, which resulted to the pollution of the river in Grand Kitmon County, leaving several species dead. Addressing representatives of the government institutions before the hearing, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Mines and Energy in Grand Kitmon County, Senator Simeon Taylor, noted that the hearing was aimed at bringing together relevant institutions of government to institute measures to tackle the emerging environmental crisis within Grand Kitmon County. Mosserado County District Number 8 Representative Akaras Gray has asked elected representatives to use their oversight responsibility for the provision of the whole educational law of Liberia. The communication sent by the District Number 8 lawmaker during Tuesday's session stated that the House should act as to provide the provision for the whole educational law Act of August 8, 2011 and its implementation. The communication was read during Tuesday's session by the House Deputy Chief Clerk Setu Jiple. Defending the communication in session, the Mosserado County District Number 8 lawmaker said the law, when executed, will provide national student grant for Liberian students. Representative Gray noted that the act will help upgrade the educational sectors of the country. The law honors Chapter 9 financing education costs for 60% for any senator fees for our road or educational budget, and there should be a national student loan within the country. Stay with the District Number 8 lawmaker. The House of Representatives during its Tuesday section rejected a communication from the Liberian Senate requesting the House of Representatives to constitute a conference committee to seek a bill sent from the House to the Liberian Senate. The bill is an act amended and restating an act to establish the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission for the concurrence sent to the Liberian Senate for action. Debating the issue during Tuesday's section, Mosserado County District Number 8 Representative Akaras Gray said the Liberian Senate concurred with the House, but only the act to establish the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission. Quote, the Senate is requesting for the conference. The District Number 8 lawmaker further that the House of Representatives must not be overlooked by the Senate as such, the House will not adhere to the Senate request. Meanwhile, Nima County District Number 5 Representative Samuel Gongat argued that his colleagues should not consider the Senate request as a sign of disrespect but a communication with a choice of words to be made. SETI Better Liberia Incorporated has rubbish claims from a group under the banner Liberians United for Justice and Rule of Law against the company Chief Executive Officer Paul SETI. It can be recalled the group Liberian United for Justice and the Rule of Law, through its chairperson Dominic Nimlet, in a press statement released Tuesday, alleged that Paul SETI over the year has been involved in gross bad labor practice in Liberia. Nimlet disclosed that SETI Better Liberia Incorporated manufactures substandard products and revealed that Liberians who work for Paul SETI are marginalized, underpaid, and suffer injuries on numerous occasions while on duties. For responding to the allegation Wednesday at the headquarters of SETI Brothers Incorporated on the Bushels Island, the administrative manager of the company, Siafa Morgan, refuted the claims, noting that the allegations are only intended to undermine the positive image of SETI Better Liberia Incorporated. Morgan disclosed that all products manufactured by the company, ranging from rubbers to plastic materials to steel rod, zincs, among other, are products and produced of quality standards. He added that the company products are competitive and the company competes with other countries in the sub-region. As such, the claims of the accuser is false and misleading. The SETI Better Liberia Incorporated administrative manager also challenged the Liberians United for Justice and Rule of Law to provide evidence of substandard products produced by the company. As a means of reducing the number of political parties in the upcoming 2023 general presidential elections, a group of parties Wednesday emerged and declared their intent to participate in the election under the banner Democratic Alliance of Liberia. Speaking at the program marking the declaration of intent at the headquarters of the Democratic People Party of Liberia in Sinka, the chairperson of the National Democratic Coalition, Professor Alari Topat, said the Democratic Alliance of Liberia is a conglomeration of 3 different political parties that have agreed to form an alliance to feature one presidential candidate in the upcoming 2023 general and presidential election. According to Professor Tukpa, the DAL Declaration of Intent follows series of consultations with heads of individual political parties who agreed in forming an alliance that would jointly campaign to liberate Liberia from social injustice and economic stagnations. He said despite members of the DAL hails from different political parties with different ideology to free Liberia from the current issues affecting the country, they have agreed to put aside their ideology to come under one alliance and emancipate the country comes 2023. Meanwhile, Professor Topaz added that in an event where the presidential candidate from the Democratic Alliance of Liberia is elected as president of the country comes 2023, there will be increase in human resource capacity building, strive to improve social services, employment of competent individuals in the government, regardless of their religious, tribal, or political backgrounds. The Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations with support from the European Union, Wednesday ended a two-day introductory workshop on the new extension curriculum in Manwat. The workshop brought together several farming cooperatives in linking extension and research to farmers for sustainable agriculture, food security, and nutrition projects within the country. Speaking at the two-day workshop Wednesday in Singapore, the Deputy Minister for Planning and Research and Extension at the Ministry of Agriculture, George Fokpat, said the project seeks to empower the Cooperative Development Authority with fundings from the Sustainable Agriculture, Food Security, and Nutrition within the country. The Deputy Minister followed that those in the agriculture sectors will have a reflection of linking research to extension and agriculture as a way of improving farming activities within the country. Meanwhile, the Director General of the Cooperative Development Authority, Regina Sokatia, said the new extension curriculum and manual will help to make the sectors more vibrant, whereas the CDA will be empowered. The President George Weah Protocol Officer Cleopatra Cummings is pleading for pre-jury conference with her accuser at Criminal Court 8 at the table of justice. Defendant Cummings' request, according to our judicial correspondent, was through a submission by her lawyers during Wednesday's hearing, as provided by Chapter 12, Section 12.3 of the Criminal Procedure Law of Liberia. The law states the attorney shall confirm before the date scheduled for the pre-trial conference to which agree upon as many matters as possible. It further states each attorney should prepare and submit at the pre-trial conference a memorandum statement of the matter agreed upon and of factual and legal contentions to be made on behalf of his client as to the issues remanded in dispute. As a result of the legal provision, Judge Christopher Woody has granted defendant Cleopatra's Cummings' lawyer request after prosecuting lawyers imposed no objections. Our judicial correspondent further said Judge Woody May 25 decision prevented President Weah Protocol Officer from responding to her criminal indictment on Wednesday, consistent with Chapter 16, Section 16.2 of the Criminal Procedure Law of Liberia. She was indicted by the grand jury of Montserrat County in 2022 for allegedly attempting to kill one George White, teacher of the GRG International School, recently. A day after the Liberia Maritime Authority released a report of rescuing 13 crew members through a joint mission led by the Liberia Coast Guard on the Global 8 Grandet vessel, a man claiming to be son of the owners of the vessel, Peace Cannant, has described the release as false and misleading. It can be recalled on Tuesday, May 24th, the Liberia Maritime Authority released a report of rescuing 13 crew members from the Global 8 vessel that grounded within the Suffolk community after the vessel grounded on Sunday, May 21 on sea. But reacting to the LMA press release Wednesday, Cannon said before the arrival of the rescue team from the Coast Guard, the 13 crew members were brought on shore by the wave. He added that the vessel got grounded as a result of mixed petroleum put in the engine of the vessel, which resulted to its malfunction. Peace Cannon said at the same time is calling on government through the Liberia Maritime Authority, Coast Guard, and other agencies to rescue the vessel, adding that the vessel is still within the Sophie community grounded at sea. And a resident of District Number 8 on the Baobab community, Teresa Toon, is calling on government to help residents of that area with safe drinking water. Speaking with Freedom News Wednesday, she said over the decades she has been a resident of the community, and lack of access to safe drinking water has been one major challenge within the neighborhood. According to her, during the dry season, they get water from nearby community, which is not safe for their consumption. She alleged that during the community She alleged that the community chairman is not seeking their welfare, though they have engaged him on the matter on several occasions. The resort also noted that the district representative has abandoned the community, something she said is unacceptable. Well, Esther, that's it for the news bulletin. It's back to you for the continuation of the Wednesday presentation of Freedom News Basket.
He's Thomas Rolak, and the news bulletin is a regular feature here on Freedom Evening News Basket. But if you're just joining us, you are listening to Freedom News Basket, a 45 minutes of news presentation that brings development from Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our world. These are top developments we're following tonight. Government of Liberia receives funds from the African Development Bank Group, the European Union, and European Investment Bank towards the cost of Phase 1 of the Fish Town to Harper Road project. Authorities of the Environmental Protection Agency, Ministry of Mines and Energy, and the Ministry of Health assured the Senate Committee on Mines and Energy to provide preliminary reports to the committee on Monday, May 30, over a spillage of chemical allegedly used by Bill Mountain Mining Company. Montserrado County District Representative Akaris Gray requests members of the House of Representatives to use their oversight responsibility for the provision of the old educational law of Liberia, and away from whom the Gambian government says it is ready to prosecute former President Yahya Jammeh for what it called the myriad of crimes he committed during his rule. Let's now take our first development. Montserrado County District Representative Akaris Gray has asked elected representatives to use their oversight responsibility for the provision of the old educational law of Liberia. The communication sent by the district lawmaker during Tuesday's session stated that the House should act to provide provision for the Old Educational Law Act of August 8, 2011 and its implementation. The communication was read during Tuesday's session by House Deputy Chief Clerk Sefu Jible.
If you look at the communication that's read by our Deputy Chief Clerk, you will see that for the dual citizenship bill, the Senate said they have concurred. They use the word concurrent, but with amendments. Then they requested for a conference committee. Unlike this, they are saying that they have had amendments from a committee, the Judiciary Committee, and they are asking for the establishment of a conference committee. We cannot be playing like the Senate like that. It's not a battle between the House and the Senate. The proper thing must be done. We sent communications to the Senate. The Senate can concur with amendments. The Senate cannot just well say not form conference committee. No. Either they reject what we sent to them or they concur with amendment. But they cannot well to say they have their own version and a need for two or one to sit and discuss it without concurrence with the amendments they sent to us. That method in the legislature, you can concur partially, like you send a video to the
Well, sorry for bringing that wrong, except, but we'll bring back this in our subsequent newscast. A day after the Liberia Maritime Authority released a report of rescuing 13 crew members through a joint mission led by Liberia Coast Guard on Global Aid grounded vessel, a man claiming to be the son of the owner of the vessel, Peace Kane, has described the release as false and misleading. It can be recalled on Tuesday, May 24, the Liberia Maritime Authority released a report of rescuing 13 crew members from the Global Aid vessel that grounded within a Sofe community after the vessel grounded on Sunday, May 21, on sea. But reacting to the LMA release on Wednesday, Kane said before the arrival of the rescue team from the Coast Guard, the 13 crew members were brought on shore by wave. He added that the vessel got grounded as a result of mixed petroleum poured in the engine of the vessel, which resulted to its malfunction. Alright, we're sorry we can get you that headset right now. The House of Representatives during its Tuesday session rejected a communication from the Liberian Senate requesting the House of Representatives to constitute a conference committee to look at a bill sent from the House of the Liberian Senate. The bill is an act amended and restating an act to establish the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission Code for reconnaissance sent to the Liberian Senate for action. Debating the issue during Tuesday's session, Montserrat County District Representative Akaris Gray said the Liberian Senate concurred with the House, but only the act to establish the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission Code the Senate is requesting for conference.
That the communication, that's where our deputy chief clerk, you will see that for the dual citizenship bill, the Senate said they have concurred. They used the word concurrent, but with amendments, then they requested for a conference committee. Unlike this, they are saying that they have had amendments from a committee, the judiciary committee, and they are asking for the establishment of a conference committee. We cannot be played by the Senate like that. It's not a battle between the House and the Senate. The proper thing must be done. We send communications to the Senate. The Senate can concur with amendments. The Senate cannot just write or say that form conference committee. No. Either they reject what we send to them or they concur with amendment. But they cannot write out to say they have their own version and they need for two or one to sit and discuss it without concurrence with the amendments they send to us. Definitely in the legislature, you can concur partially. Like you send a veto to the president, you send a document to the president. The president can now veto or he can veto the entire document. So the amendment is the land vetoes. That's what it means. They have to set a word of discussion. So we cannot sit there and say, let's set a conference committee. Okay, they want to put up at the behest of the public. If they had a version, they should pass it and send it to us. We had a version, we pass it and send it to them. That's the information I wanted to provide so that at least the flow can be directed.
I want to aside with agree.
Meanwhile, Nima County District 5 Representative Samuel Kogar argued that his colleagues should not consider the Senate's request as a sign of disrespect, but a communication with a choice of words.
I think that the other choice of words.
Amendment is not.
The Senate wrote and said that the bill that they sent they acknowledged it, but they have differences, and the differences they have, they recommended what should be done or placed in that, and for that reason, they cannot do it automatically, but rather there should be a conference committee, and therefore they constituted a team on their side, informing you that what you sent to us we read it, but something need to be added from our side. Therefore, there should be a conference committee. It means that the conference committee need to be considered by you. Don't grab on the text of anything. Let's practice.
His Nima County District 5 Representative Samuel Kogar and earlier was District 8 Representative Akaris Gray, both speaking at Tuesday's session. The Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations with support from the European Union, Wednesday ended a two-day introductory workshop on the new extension of curriculum and manual. The workshop brought together several farming cooperatives in linking extension and research to farmers for sustainable agriculture, food security, and nutrition projects in Liberia. Speaking at a two-day workshop Wednesday in Sinka, the Deputy Minister for Planning and Research and Extension at the Ministry of Agriculture, George Fogbo, said the project seeks to empower the Cooperative Development Authority with funding from the Sustainable Agriculture, Food Security, and nutrition in the country.
And when we talk about extension services, that's where the CDA comes in. The CDA is an arm of us, or we work complementarily. They support us in the formation of cooperatives. And the reason why we are moving towards the formation of cooperatives is much easier to make a greater impact working with a group, so that if you have, for example, any input, the input is given to that group. But before that level, they will do a lot of awareness, to the training, and when the cooperative is trained, then they turn them over to us as the work. We give them the technical support, including some inputs. This validation that is taking place today came as a result of several other things that are being done in the background. First, they did an assessment which report told them that there was a gap and a need for the adoption of market-driven agricultural intervention within the country. And to achieve that, there's a need to link research and extension to the farmers. So this is the parent reason for the project, and they've done a lot of training across.
For her part, the Director General of the Cooperative Development Authority, Regina Sokentia, said the new extension curriculum and manual will help make the sector more vibrant, whereas the CDA will be empowered.
They at the national level, all those section of business, and so they will emphasize
empower them, because most of the time we will not be able to go in the country. So those are guys in the country, when they are empowered, they will make our work easy. Okay, the support is needed for the cooperative, because I got extension staff in the country. So when they are supported, they will make my work easy. At least I will get information from them, how they go and do it, and how we can go there to work with them. Because the field staff will work with the farmers. When they say they won't work together,
Well, she is the Director General of the Cooperative Development Authority, Regina Stoken. They're speaking at the workshop. Citizens have begun feeling the pinch of the increase in transport fares as they commute. This is as a result of the increase in the price of petroleum products. Freedom FM reporter Veronica Moba has been soliciting the views of citizens over the increase in transportation fares and far in this report.
As the price of petroleum products has increased, many citizens in Monrovia and its environs are finding it difficult to commute. It can be recalled months ago, following the start of the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, global increase in the prices of petroleum products affected Liberia. In the wake of the increase in the price of petroleum products, a Liberian commercial driver, Prince Male, speaking with Freedom News, recently said the price of diesel at Total gas station is $7.90 Liberian dollar, while petty traders sell a gallon of diesel for $8.20 Liberian dollar. He maintained the price of diesel was $6.50 prior to the invasion of Ukraine, but the price has decreased to $7.90 Liberian dollars. According to him, due to the increase in the price of diesel, the transportation fare from Johnson Street to ELWA Junction is $200 Liberian dollar. A situation he said passengers see as major challenge as they complain for the astronomical increase in transport fare.
Station gas is $790. Campbell selling gas $820. Gas was $625 before. After the Ukraine crisis started, the hot gas went to $850. Later on, they dropped it to $790. Johnson Street straight to Junction is $200.
At the same time, a passenger, Emma Freeman, who spoke with Freedom News, expressed sadness over the U.S. rate, saying she changed $5 U.S., she gets $7.50 Liberian dollar, but she used the entire amount on transportation, a situation she said is affecting citizens.
Right now, we gotta say the area you pick me from Junction to Brushka, I pay $200. Yeah, really that high because $200 though. I think we change $5 these days. So we change $5 everything in there. It really constrain because taking $5 to changing $5, paying $200 per no $550 in your hand. It's very hard these days for us to be frank. So the government have to work on it at least to help the citizen. At least when they reduce, we're gonna say gas price. All I want when they put the gas prices down, the transportation fare will decrease. It will be helpful for all the citizens in Liberia.
Okay, so in case the gas price not come down, so what will you do?
Wow. It really how it really giving us with the citizen hard time to be fair, to be real. It really giving a hard time.
So what do you recommend? What's your
for the government to please at least help the citizen. The only Indian was on traffic. I think they can bring it back for we the citizen we appreciate.
For his part, another passenger, Chris Ruha, lamented the issue of increase in transportation fare from Grand Bassa County to Monrovia, saying he now pay LD 1,000 Liberian dollar from Grand Bassa County to Monrovia, and from ELWA Junction to Brush Creek, he pays 200 Liberian dollar, an additional 200 LD for his belongings. He cautioned the government to intervene in the matter speedily to save citizens from the challenges they face in commuting.
Yeah, well, increasing on the transportation fare, I really bad. Because from Buchanan here, I pay 1,000 on Thursday. Thursday driving to the junction for the junction here. I pay 200. Then I pay another 100 for my load. So the transportation fare too lot of away. I just from beginning, I come to drama and think maybe I'll be going back in and there's 1 hour, 30 minutes. Yeah, at the time I used to pay $650. But since the increasement of gas, things have been high. Some car will charge you 1,100. Some car will charge you got a big day driver. And sometimes you pay 1,000 liberty before you move from Buchanan to Moravia.
Reporting for Freedom News from Monrovia, I am Veronica Moba.
She's our reporter, Veronica Moba, with that report. But again, at this juncture, we'll now cross over to our sporting desk where Thomas Rolak is seated to bring us the passion of life.
The 2021 champions of the Liberia Chess Federation, Bobby Ballard, is calling on government and cooperative institutions to support the federation ahead of its expected travel to compete in this year's World Olympia. The 2022 World Chess Olympiad is expected to be held in India between July 28 to August 10, and Liberia is expected to compete as one of the nations in the competition. Speaking to Freedom News Wednesday, champions Bobby Ballard said the upcoming event is huge, in which the federation cannot support it alone. As such, government should support the SCF. At the same time, Ballard disclosed that he is not fully prepared for the upcoming event due to service activities ongoing at the federation, but he still has some time to get back on track for the event.
I want to say this event is a different event. It's huge, and then we actually plead to the government to actually extend the arms and then help with whatsoever, because we got so much expenses to cover. So, and then federation cannot cover everything itself. So we just asking the government to lend us whatever support we can get. Talk about financials. Yes, financials. We are going out to represent the country, so it's everybody, not just the government, but even corporate entities. So we actually looking at for whatsoever, whoever can help, whatever contribution. The reason I say I'm not fully prepared, or we got a series of activities we got running right now, so I haven't been doing aggressive preparation for the Olympia. But we got more than a month to prepare, and I can get on track before then. But for now, I'm not 100%.
For her part, the 2021 female champions of Liberia, Miss Abigail Kayat, is calling on government to support girls playing chess within the country. According to Miss Kayat, chess is a game of the mind, and they, as female playing, are not many. As such, government should support and encourage more other girls to join. She concluded by calling on girls in the country to take advantage of playing chess because it is an intellectual sport that molds the minds of young women.
I would like to ask the government or any entity that will help that they should support chess, especially girls playing chess. Chess is a game of the mind. It helps mold your intellectual ability. So as girls playing chess, we are not really many because they're not really popular among the females. So since the few of us have decided to enter this chess world freedom mill, we need support. And not just physical support or research support, also need mental support, because that also deals with our learning, our well-being of the mind. So that we'll have to ask for support. Any support like physical, mental, or institutional.
She is the female champions of the Liberia Chess Federation, Ms. Abigail Kayat, appealing the government to support women playing chess. Earlier on, you listening to the male champions, Bobby Ballard, calling on government and other institutions to also support the Chess Federation ahead of their upcoming travel expected to be held in India. The National Tier Division playoff continue this Wednesday with a couple of action taking place at the Joy Warden Sports Stadium in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. Pinsville FC managed to whip Maserati County Giant downtown 4-1. The reach the semi-final of the National Television Playoff in the winners category. This means Painesville will now just need a win to get a step closer to the second division. Rangers FC of Bombing County progressed to the semi-final of the National Television after winning 4-3 on penalty following a 2-2 draw from full-time against Margibi County-based Quincy FC. Riverside FC took one step towards qualifying for the second division after beating Grangeda County Paris FC 3-0 in post-match penalty following a 2-2 draw from full-time. And another Mosserado County side, Samara FC, whipped GSC 2-0 to qualify to the semi-final of the National Television Playoff. And the first Europa Conference final is on the way, with Roman going against Feyenoord. And Esther, that's it for the Passion of Life.
Thomas Rolak and the sporting development. It is a regular feature on Freedom Evening News Basket. Back to this development, a day after the Liberia Maritime Authority released a report of rescuing 13 crew members through a joint mission led by Liberia Coast Guard on Global 8 grounded vessel, a man claiming to be the son to the owner of the vessel, Peace Cannon, has described the release as false and misleading. It can be recalled on Tuesday, May 24, the Liberia Maritime Authority released a report of rescuing 13 crew members from the Global 8 vessel that grounded within the Sophie community after the vessel grounded on Sunday, May 21, on sea. By reacting to the LMA press release on Wednesday, Cannon said before the arrival of the rescue team from the Coast Guard, the 13 crew members were brought on shore by wave. He added that the vessel did not get grounded as a result of got grounded as a result of mixed petroleum vapor in the engine of the vessel, which resulted to its malfunction.
The boat that is gradually sinking at the Sophie Beach, Global 8, Standard Yard, and Roseland Yard. The vessel sailed on Friday on sea, and while on sea, the vessel had mechanical fault. What caused that mechanical fault was the fuel that was mixed with water that was pumped within the vessel, because the fuel, when we bought the fuel already mixed with some water, and because it was process running through the engine, so it caused the engine to cool up. And because of that, the boat was on sea off, and then we started to call on the Coast Guard, especially by the evening hour, to call on the Coast Guard for rescue. And calling on the Coast Guard didn't come to the rescue of the cruiseman at that time until early in the morning, because the boat by the morning time sailed at the Sophie Beach.
He is believed to be the son of the owner of the vessel that got grounded, Peace Cannon, there, stating that the report from Maritime Authority is misleading. A resident of District 8 Bypass Community, Teresa Taiwan, is calling on government to help residents of the community with safe drinking water. Speaking with Freedom News Wednesday, Manatao said over the decades she has been a resident of the community, lack of access to safe drinking water is a major challenge for the community. According to her, during the dry season, they get water from nearby communities which is not safe for their consumption.
Okay, good afternoon. We're in conversation with one of the community.
I able to explain about the water being we not get running water, pump water, we not get it yet.
So how you can get water now? Since you're not getting it, how you can get water?
Where water we can get where water, but if dry season, water be they can get your help. Can't get water yet.
Seti Brothers Liberia Incorporated has rubbish claims from the Liberians United for Justice and Rule of Law against the company and its chief executive officer, Paul Seti. It can be recalled Liberians United for Justice and the Rule of Law through its chairman Dominic Nimlin in a press statement Tuesday alleged that Paul Seti over the years have been involved in gross bad labor practice in Liberia. Nimlin disclosed that Seti Brothers Liberia Incorporated manufactures substandard products and revealed that Liberians who work for Paul Seti are marginalized, underpaid, and suffer injuries on numerous occasions while on duty. But responding to the allegation Wednesday at the headquarters of Seti Brothers Incorporated on Bourgeois Island, the administrative manager of the company, Siafa Morgan, refuted the claims, noting that the assertions are only intended to undermine the positive image of Seti Brothers Liberia Incorporated.
Yesterday, our attention was drawn to statements from some individuals who I don't want to take credit to, but naming them that our products are substandards, that we are involved in bad labor practices. We want to categorically deny our products are competitive on the market. In fact, we are having headways within the region, in the country. We have customers from Sierra Leone, we have customers from Guinea, we have customers from the region, and our products are tested by internationally recognized institutions that give us feedback on our products. At SETI, we are mindful of what we produce, and we are guided by standard. We have laboratories at our institutions that test our products. You can carry on a guided tour, and you can see our laboratories that test the products that we produce. We have our quality control departments that closely monitor what we produce, and our products on the market from our customers' feedback are welcoming. They applaud our products to the fact that they meet international standards. We have been given awards from the region, from ECOWAS, that
is the administrative manager of the company, Siafa Morgan, refuting claims that Seti Brother is practicing a bad labor practice. As means of rescuing the member of political parties in the upcoming 2023 general and presidential elections, a group of parties Wednesday merged and declared their intent to participate in the elections under the banner Democratic Alliance of Liberia. Speaking at a program marking the declaration of intent at the headquarters of the Democratic People's Party of Liberia in Sinka, Obro, the chairman of the National Democratic Coalition, Professor Ali Tokpa, said the DAL declaration of intent follows series of consultation with heads of individual political parties who agreed in forming an alliance that would join their campaign to liberate Liberia from social injustice and economic stagnation. Well, we're sorry we can't lay our hands on that, except we will bring it in our subsequent news time. At this juncture, we're going to cross over to where Thomas is seated to bring us the foreign development.
The Gambian government says it is ready to prosecute former President Yahya Jammeh for what it called the myriad of crimes he committed during his time as president. It was responding to a report by the Truth and Reconciliation and the Repatriation Commissions, which investigated abuses that took place during his 22 years in power. The former Gambian leader has been accused of corruption, serious human rights violations, including killing, disappearance, and imprisonment, targeting opponents, journalists, engagement during his time as president of the Gambias. Jammeh came to power in a military coup in 1994 and ruled until 2017, when he went into exile after his shock electoral defeat. The 57-year-old man now lives in Equatorial Guinea, which, according to the AFP news agency, has no extradition trade with the Gambia. Well, Esther, that's it for the regional news.
Hey, Thomas, relax in the foreign development in its regular Future on Freedom Evening News Basket. If you are just joining us, you've been listening to Freedom Evening News Basket, of 45 minutes of news presentation that brings development from Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our world. Before we take our leave, a recap of stories we followed. Government of Liberia receives funds from the African Development Bank Group and European Union and European Investment Bank towards the cost of phase 1 of the Fish Town to Harper Road project. Authorities of the Environmental Protection Agency, Ministry of Mines and Energy, and the Ministry of Health assured the Senate Committee on Mines and Energy to provide preliminary reports to the committee on Monday, May 30, over spillage of chemical allegedly used by Bill Mountain Mining Company. Montserrado County District 8 Representative Akaras Gray requests members of the House of Representatives to use their oversight responsibility for the provision of the old educational law of Liberia. And away from whom, the Gambian government says it is ready to prosecute former President Yahya Jammeh for what it called the myriad of crimes he committed during his rule. Many thanks to all of our contributors, the news editor, and all those who helped in making this package a success. Thomas Buddha brought us the news bulletin, the foreign development, and the passion of life. Ibrahim Kamar sat behind the camera and also handled the technical aspect. I am Esther Daku. I anchor this presentation. A pleasant good evening from Monrovia.